Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Attack on Titan, the final season, which is on episode 69, or just episode 10 in the overall total number in Attack on Titan on the final season, or, sorry for being a little confusing here and there. Anyways, I thought this episode was really nice and slick, and I'm looking forward to the next episode, and things are starting to be a little, tense for the time being, and it looks like to me there's a lot of division, and by division, that's kind of bad news, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But if anything else, let's just get this started. I might be a little disorganized because things are going back and forth here and there, so it might be a little troubling for you to catch up. So I'll try to focus on one thing and then talk about the other thing, which will hopefully make a little bit more sense despite what it's shown, So we're gonna talk about the past, which was shown throughout the entirety of the episode 90% of the time, So we're gonna start with the past, alright? We have to it that Yelena ends up, we start with this backstory or a flashback where Eren ends up meeting Yelena, and Yelena says, oh, there's someone that you guys need to meet, and her name is she's from the Hizuru Nation, which is Kiyomi Hizuru or Kiyomi Azumabito whatsoever, We get to know that she actually hails from a certain clan that belongs to a certain Asian clan, and we get to see that symbol that Mikasa actually has on her wrist, and she only shown it to Eren, and she said it was passed down from her mother a long time ago. And we get to know that the Azumabitos, or the nation that Kiyomi Azumabito was part of, they actually were on friendly terms with the Eldian king whatsoever, etc. And we get to know that this symbol that Mikasa has is nothing more than representing an A, and it's all in swords, And I thought it was pretty cool nice to see that. And we get to know a little bit more about the Azumabitos talking with the Eldians of the military here and there about the situation that they're in right now, And we have to it that it looks like to me there were some nice scenes where Historia and Mikasa, we all have a certain burden to bear, and we get to see Zeke actually talking to, that he talked to the Azumabitos, or Kiyomi herself. Sorry, I almost forgetting her name, because I feel like, her name is not really said as much as it was or something, and I guess she wasn't too much of a spotlight of a character the way I look at it, But that aside, we have too that Zeke talks to Kiyomi in private one time and talks about some rich source of minerals or resources that Paradis actually has, and it can actually help you guys out if you want to. And we get to know that the Kiyomi says we can actually come in and help you guys out unless we are being involved. But there's a saying that goes by, unless you have something to offer, I am only willing to help you, that kind of thing. That's how the world works. It's kind of funny, ironic, and sad at the same time, don't you think? It's like, I'm only going to help you if you have something to give me. And then if I could give you something back, it's pretty much a trade-off, I'll help you unless you give me something in return, that kind of thing. That's how it's going to go, etc. But, when it comes to Kiyomi talking to the military along with Mikasa, Eren, and everyone else, there's 3 plans to be involved if you're going to help Paradis or all the Eldians around, So here's the thing. Okay, first part of the plan is you got to release a sample of the power to show the world how devastating the rumbling is. The next is Hizuru's cooperation, Your military must be strengthened until the use of the rumbling is no longer necessary. And 3, the founding Titan and a Titan with the royal blood must be passed down. Until the 13-year term ends, one must bear as many kids as possible. And I will be honest with you, that last part kind of got me sick. And I mean mentally and somewhat physically sick. Because, you pass down the Titan ability until the 13-year term is up. And you gotta, keep passing it down every 13 years. And this could take decades or more, etc. And it's like how Eren would describe it. So hold up. In order for us to live and to be on equal with everyone else, we gotta breed and sacrifice like livestock. Are you effing serious? And I can understand him. Even I don't like the idea of it either. But we have to it that that time is really short right now. And when it came to the rail train railroads making, that's what Eren his friends and everyone else have been doing. And there were some funny scenes where Sasha's drinking all the water and Armin's like, hey, what are you doing? And then we see Mikasa carrying three big long bars of steel, like no problem. I'm like, oh my gosh, woman, what the hell are you? And Eren and John and Connie's like, oh my gosh, this is really hot weather, I'm getting tired. And John's like, oh, because of this idiot saying, oh, blah 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 blah, blabbing around saying like this guy had to like freaking like say, oh, we could just work out and get our muscles going, I'm like, oh dear lord, John's just complaining because all the hard work he has to do. Okay, that aside, we get to know more down the road in this flashback or backstory, about like whatchamacallit, about how they have to like accept the terms of what like what Zeke says, saying that like in order to get the Azumabitos to like help out, and parody is the root of all evil, etc. And we have no choice but to rely on the rumbling and sacrifice Historia, that kind of thing. And it's really sickening the way how you look at it, and depending on the situation, it could be a little worse than that. But whatever the case may be, Armin does question, they don't even know us yet. Why are they doing this now? And isn't that another way how to like handle this peacefully, that kind of thing. But we have to, like Mikasa says, they don't know. That's the problem, which is why they want to get rid of us, possibly, etc., And if we let the whole world know that we're not here to do anything bad, we just want peace or something, you think they're going to listen to us? And the way how I look at that reality of the question, that is going to be tough for you to even spread the news, especially if you want the whole world to listen, but they don't want to listen to you. I don't know how to say it. You guys know what I'm talking about, unless you get the idea here and there. But that aside, we have to it that eventually, as time continues on in this episode, we see to it that that after Jean, Eren, Connie, Sasha, Armin, and Mikasa riding on the train back to home, possibly, they end up talking about who should inherit the freaking like Eren's Titan, And John says he'll do it, and Connie's like, no, I'll do it. And Sasha's like, you're an idiot, I'll do it. And Connie's like, you're an idiot too, aren't you contradicting yourself? Mikasa volunteered first, I'm sorry, but John's like, no, you got a big important role to play. What happens if you die by then? I don't know. And then, yeah. But Eren's like, no, I don't want you guys to inherit all of this, okay? I want you guys to live long and not die because I love you guys to death. Like, you guys are my friends, precious comrades. We all know that. We heard it in this episode. And I'm pretty sure if you watched the episode, you heard him say that in the flashback of what's been happening in the last couple of years. And everyone's like, yo, why are you blushing red? I thought it was pretty funny here and there, And, okay, that's pretty much most of the backstory, involving, like, the Azumabitos meeting up with Eren and Mikasa is part of the Asian clan, and it represents 3 swords on her wrist, and I thought it was really, really slick. And, of course, like, the plan with Zeke, this is how you're gonna do it, you gotta show everyone how strong your rumbling is, and number 2 is, like, you gotta build up your military, and 3, you gotta pass down the royal family Titan every time now and then in order to, like, whatchamacallit, until you don't need the Titan rumbling no more, that kind of thing. You gotta keep sacrificing and breeding, and yeah, you guys get the cue. You know what I'm coming at here. Forgive me for being a little off, but all I know is like Zeke's plan seems a little like out of place. That much is considered, but now we're going back to present time, and this is where Eren at the parts of this episode goes like fight, and Hanji's like, hey, what's up with you? Why do you keep saying fight when you're in the mirror? And I say, your freaking hairstyle looks really nice, and Eren's like, what the hell are you doing here? And then Hanji's like, I'm here to talk to you, I mean, you care for Historia and all that, but now you turn the entire island into like a target zone, so what's the deal? And it looks like to me, I understand where Hanji was coming from, but the way how she was just asking Eren these questions about how he's talking to himself in the mirror, it feels a little uneasy, and I thought it was a bad start to begin with. And, Eren did talk to Hanji, is there another way tell me, do you have a plan to stop me? Because I have the Warhammer Titan, I could do a lot of things with it. I could escape this damn prison cell if I want to. You can't hold me up in here. So tell me, what can you do exactly? And it looks like to me Eren was about to transform, and he was about to transform, and Hanzi's like, okay, get off me, you pervert. What are you, in a rebellious phase or what? And then she ends up having to get out of the prison cell that Eren was locked up in, and then like, man, Irvin, you made one big mistake in making me commander. What's the deal here, Then we go to a scene with Niall talking to a group of people, and they end up and one of them is getting upset because like freaking like Historia's pregnant, and that they should have fed Zeke the moment like he was there, to Historia. But we have to that Niall says, look, we can't just freaking like turn Historia into a Titan, because it could be risky, and that she could get killed and she could kill her own baby. And we do see in this episode that she got pregnant, she is pregnant, and she's about to have a kid very soon. We all know that. But one of them is pretty much, and I think that same freaking piece of filth, and I don't mean to be a messed up guy, but the way how he's acting right now is really immoral. Sorry, or disturbing. But whatever the case may be, I think he's just drunk from drinking a lot of alcohol. But whatever the case, he does seem to be complaining about how Historia chose someone else, chose someone randomly, And then now I was like, hey, shut up, man. I mean, she chose this person because like this guy felt remorseful for what he did to Historia, and that he's been helping out with the orphanage, and that she chose him to be, hey, can you make a kid with me, kind of thing, etc. And yeah, but we also see to it that that some of them do feel uneasy with the fact of what's going on here and there, It'll just ruin our whole country. But Niall says, yeah, but we can't be reckless by turning into a Titan if she's pregnant, because she could die, and at the same time, her baby could die. That's not something that we would want now, do we? That kind of thing. Eventually, we get to see a scene that Marley Jin talks to Niccolo, and Niccolo's like, hey, you make sure you gave him this, right? Which seems suspicious enough, but whatever the case is like it's already troubling. And then towards the end of the episode is where Connie, Mikasa, Armin, Jean ends up having a talk with each other, Like I said, Mikasa, Armin, Jean, and Connie are talking about what's happened to Eren, And Connie, it looked like to me he's ready to cut down Eren if he gets off the wrong line. And Mikasa's like, no, you're not going to do that. We don't have to go that far. And we see how Mikasa reacted, and she really cares for Eren. There's no denying about that. We've seen that firsthand from the very beginning of Attack on Titan all the way to the end, Ever since Eren saved her life, that kind of thing. You guys get the cue. I hope you all get the idea, and etc. But the one thing I would like to say, or says, no, okay, I'm a little off, forgive me. But Connie likes to ask Mikasa, okay, I want to ask you something, Mikasa. Since you know a lot about Eren, tell me this. Did Eren ever make regrets or remorse when he heard that Sasha died? No! He freaking laughed! He freaking laughed! And I will be honest with you, anyone who's in grief and knows they have someone they care about passed away or killed, and they laugh about it, it's gonna really tick you off, man. Heck, I think I would snap and go like, hey man, you think this is funny right here? Yeah, but we also see to it as the episode continues on, though, is like, we have to it that Jean's like, I'm trying to figure out, man, what's Eren up to? It's like he never agreed with Zeke's plan from the beginning, and now he's agreeing it to now. What's the deal here, And Armin's like, here, me and Mikasa, we're going to talk to Eren and see what's up, okay? We're going to do what we can. But unfortunately, if something goes bad or something comes to shove, we're going to do... And since we got some Titan serums, I have an idea. And Mikasa doesn't like the idea because she knows what Armin's going to say. And Armin's like, should the worst comes to shove, we're going to choose someone who we could trust to take the Founding Titan and the Titan powers that belong to Eren, That's Armin's idea. There's no denying the fact of like how Armin said it was never to sugarcoat it, but he pretty much says we're gonna have someone eat Eren and kill him. Should worst comes to shove, if the situation presents itself, that kind of thing. But whatever the case that is showing throughout this episode, especially with Aaron's past and backstory. We all know Aaron loves his friends very much, like from John, Mikasa, Sasha, Connie, Armin. We all know that he loves them very much, and he's been through them thick and thin from the very beginning of Season 1 up until now. So, there's no way in hell that he would want them to inherit his Titan, because they'll die in 13 years, and that he wants them to live long and happy, and to figure out your place in your world, you know? But, after Aaron's talk with Hanji, and then he became very aggressive, and it looks like to me he was almost close to transforming, and then we go to a scene where Mikasa, Armin, along with Jean and Connie are talking about Aaron's actions and behavior after Sasha's death and everything and what he's been doing, It feels so divided, And, when it comes to people having different points of view of how things should be done, like going with Zeke's plan, but Aaron's against it, then he's on board it, And then, the way how he acted, it was very troubling for everyone else, and they trying to wonder, what is Aaron up to, man? I mean, we want to know what the hell he is up to. And Armin has an idea of what to do, but push comes to shove, we'll have someone we could trust to turn him into a Titan and eat Aaron, take his powers away, and yeah. And preview of next episode, looks like to me, things are about to get a little bit more chaotic, since it already is, and whatever the case may be, it's already becoming a little troubling for everyone else altogether, and preview of that next episode is called Deceiver. So yeah, not to mention the way how it ended with Zeke being watched by Levi and many others. Yeah, man, I mean, the way how this episode went to show what's been going on the last couple of years, and going along with Zeke's plan of using the rumbling and possibly sacrificing Historia, it's already troubling enough, and Aaron doesn't like that idea. We all know that he cares for his friends, and that he said it himself in this episode when the flashback is shown throughout the time on the railroad, riding the train or railroad carts or train back to home, but yeah. It's gonna be one hell of a time right now, because everybody is so divided right now. And to be divided means to fall or to crumble very badly. Hopefully something could turn around. But the way how it's going right now, it's not looking so great. So, yeah, don't know what the plan is, but it's looking bad enough for everybody already. So, until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. And I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Ta-ta-da!